coaches. Number 9, Dylan. At 6'4", number 4, J-Lo. At 6'10", number 28, Alfred J-Lo. Starting at the other forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 1,
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Moody in at the small forward position. And for Houston, at the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Thompson is out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Brooks in at the small forward. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now here's Brooks. Van Vliet wide open. It's another look. And the layup good by Şengün.
Şengün, a force in the lane. That's where he does most of his damage.
Pass to Podziemski. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
Free throw good, Podziemski. Greg, since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals, the Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
And Clark, the Rockets just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
Here's Curry following the basket by Fred VanVleet. Green finds Podziemski. Green with a screen on Green. 6 on the shot clock. And there it is for him.
And that IQ of Green, just sizing up defenses and making the right read in that pick and roll.
VanVleet passes to Thompson. A shot missing. Some solid defense from Butler. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka. Now, I asked him about the challenge they face in defending Steph Curry. He said Steph is so hard to contain because of his constant movement off the ball. Conventional defenses won't work against him. The matchups will be fluid. He'll see a lot of different guys coming at him. He's looking and needing a total group effort. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. A nice shot by Moody.
Boy, the leadership, the unselfishness from Butler, you can count on him to share it.
Brooks outside. Here's Green. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Pass to Moody. Curry against VanVleet. Here's Podziemski. Here's the 3. Brooks grabs the board. Thompson outside. Back to Brooks. VanVleet with it. Pass to Green. Butler with the steal. Now, here's Moody. Brooks covering. Now, Moody. Now Green. Over Green, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong position inside.
Outside, Green. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Podziemski with it, guarded by Green. Right side, Butler. Here's Podziemski. No good with the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Brooks, still without a basket. Shot clock at 6. Here's Thompson, and it's all evened up.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Here's Podziemski. He has 5. Green with a screen on Green. Inside. Green, no luck.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
Here's Podziemski. Following the basket by Jalen Green. Green with a screen for Curry. Knocks down the 3 ball.
That's Curry's game. I mean, you can't give him a sliver of daylight out there.
Van Vliet against Curry. Van Vliet outside. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Van Vliet's got 5 points so far. Pass to Curry from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Houston.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Şengün passes to Van Vliet. Şengün kicks to Van Vliet. And another shot. And the shot is good. 7 points in the game.
Oh, tricky play by Van Vliet to beat the close coverage. Slipping pass there for the finish.
Back to Curry. Driving in. Brooks grabs the board. Enzo Brooks will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. 4-point game.
2 minutes.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the first quarter. Good on the bucket.
And he plays with swagger, and when Brooks makes plays like that, it just fuels his fire even more.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
Houston making some changes. Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Şengün. Tari Eason comes in for Amen Thompson. And it's Whitmore in for Fred Van Vliet. Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moses Moody. Peyton, he's checked in for Brandon Podziemski. And it's Buddy Hield in for Stephen Curry.
And there's a flexibility to Brooks's game. He can play a specific role for you, or he can be a high-usage guy. Really depends on what a team needs from night to night.
Green, the pass to Smith. Brooks outside. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Golden State. And here is Butler over Eason. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Kuminga against Green. For the 3. The rebound by Hield. Warriors trail by 4. Pass to Butler. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Count took that one.
What a nice touch on the floater. Butler has perfected that shot, has it down to a science.
Green with the ball. Fires from deep. Unable to get that one. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Rockets ahead, up by 2. And we'll return shortly. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Then there's Whitmore. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Whitmore with it, covered by Heel. And it's Whitmore missing. On the wing, Heel. Curry against Holiday. Back to Curry. Three-pointer. Curry buries the 3-shot.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
And Whitmore throws it down. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Pass to Payton. Some nice passing by Golden State. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. Some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Payton. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Holiday, the pass to Eason. Holiday sets the pick for Eason. Takes it inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. Golden State's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, Dave. Oh, my goodness.
Man. And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatic.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he'd have missed it. I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
Buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Here's Curry with the three. It's rebounded by Houston.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Eason. To the middle. Here's Smith. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got 3 assists now in this one. Healed outside. Outside Curry. There's the triple. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Curry's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
And he knocks down the first one. Houston making some changes. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Jabari Smith. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Podziemski's coming in for Buddy Hield. And both free throws good for Whitmore. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Payton outside. Back to Curry. The Rockets pull it in. Clark, famously, Fred VanVleet was undrafted. Why do you think he was overlooked?
Wow, I tell you, I think size. But, man, when you look at his intangibles, it's hard to not be impressed with what Fred VanVleet has done. He is an incredible basketball player. Smart, tough, skilled, relentless. He's had a great career as an undrafted player.
Shot clock at 5. Curry fires from way outside. Misses the deep three-point attempt. Right there in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred VanVleet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Free throw good, VanVleet. Brooks checked in for Houston. Green comes in for Whitmore. Then for the Warriors, Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moody subbed in for Gary Payton. And so VanVleet nails both of them. And the Warriors with possession here. They trail by 3. Curry finds Moody. Up top, Curry, covered by VanVleet. And it's in there. Curry's got 11 points in the quarter.
Huge night for Curry and a great rhythm thus far. That's always bad news for the team he's facing.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He wants to talk to his guys.
Get loud, fans! On the court is your hot squad. Fans, we want to know who wants a free T-shirt. Make some noise.
Curry against VanVleet. Screen by Şengün. Clock at 6. Plays it up and banks it in.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Outside Curry. Bajemski, the bounce pass. Ball's knocked loose. And it's the Rockets on the break. And it's Thompson that time on the assist from Van Vliet. And it's a 5-point Rocket lead. And here's Curry who brings it up for the Warriors. Outside Butler. For three. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got 7 rebounds in the game. Butler against Thompson. Outside Curry. A floater. Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
Van Vliet against Curry. Van Vliet with the bucket.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
Outside Butler. Back to Curry. To the inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
There's always a spot for a guy like Draymond Green on your side. Incredible defender. He's unselfish offensively and a highly skilled passer.
Draymond Green taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Smith checked in for Houston. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for the Warriors. He hits the second from the line. Rockets leading by 4.
In the first half.
Outside Green. Back to Van Vliet. 1:49 left to play here in the half. Just 5 on the clock. And Moody pulls it down.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Green, the pass to Butler. Bajemski with it. And it's off from 3-point range. To the paint. It's deflected. Here's Van Vliet. Bajemski grabs the board. Warriors trail by 4. Green kicks to Butler. Here's Bajemski. 5 points in the game. And that one drops for him. Bajemski's got 7.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
And it's slammed in by Smith.
And how about the force on that finish by Smith?
Pass to Moody. On the wing, Hield. No good from outside. Houston leading by 4. Smith outside. Outside, Green. On the wing, Thompson. Brooks outside. From outside, off the mark. Brooks against Butler. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
He's hard to stop when given any room to operate at all.
The Warriors shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
Jimmy Butler shooting 1.
Just 4 seconds left to play in the first half. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Rockets lead by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
43.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different?
Much different. I think on the floor.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
To center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. Here measuring up
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Curry has been sensational.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Moses Moody is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the center position. For the lead, the kick outside to Butler. Golden State moving it around. Down low, Curry. Wow, magical moves inside from Steph Curry.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, fallaways, left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
Şengün with a screen on Butler. From 11 feet away, Thompson misses. The Warriors leading. To the hoop, Butler. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Butler's got 7 points.
Excellent job getting that strong position inside. Butler doing work. Really nice.
Pass to Şengün. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Şengün with the screen for Van Vliet. They double-team Van Vliet. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. Warriors leading by 3. Outside Curry. To Podziemski. Pass to Butler. Stolen by Thompson. And it's the Rockets on the break. And Green slams it in.
Terrific job by Green, utilizing that world-class speed to get out ahead of everybody else.
And Clark watching Amen Thompson. He is just a different kind of athlete.
He sure is, boy. Special as an athlete. And we've got some of the greatest athletes in the world across the NBA. He's smooth, he's explosive, he's fluid, well-coordinated. Seems like he just kind of floats in the air. It's special to watch him do his thing.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
Get ready to dance like everybody's watching. We have a dancer. Let's see it. Somebody doesn't have rhythm. Give yourself a round of applause.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Thompson dishes to Brooks. Pass to Green. 5 to shoot. Thompson for 3. Podziemski grabs the board. Podziemski's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. Curry with the bucket.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Şengün with the screen for Thompson. Van Vliet outside. Brooks outside. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 3 assists in the game. Warriors leading by 4. Curry passes to Green. Now Podziemski. Up top, Curry. Inside. Tipped away. Stolen by Thompson. Pass to Van Vliet. Brooks outside. Now here's Thompson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call, we'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. The Warriors also with a sub. Peyton, he's checked in for Moses Moody.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
Now, here's Thompson. He's got 9. Into the lane. Here's Şengün. Up and in on the layup. And that's now 6 points for Şengün.
Defense on top of Şengün inside, but he uses his agility to overcome it.
Green kicks to Peyton. Stolen by Van Vliet. Here's Eason. The shot from the low post is good. Now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Pass to Podziemski. Now here's Butler. He's covered by Thompson. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Butler's got 12 points in the game.
Hey, if he can't get to the basket, the medium-range jumper is JB's second option.
Eason passes to Thompson. 6 to shoot. From deep, Green hits it from three-point range. Green's got 5 points now this quarter.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed if he can wind up that open from three-point range. I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
And it's Green missing. For Houston, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Back to Thompson. Thompson is double. Here's Eason. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They lead by 1. Podziemski on the wing. Curry kicks to Butler. Off target from outside. Houston's gone 2 of 5 with a three-point shot since coming out of the break. Green deciding where to go with it. Thompson, a screen on Curry. And the wide-open shot from Green. Cans it from downtown. He's got 12.
When you try to check Green in pick-and-roll action, you've got to stop him first.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. So for the Rockets, Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jabari Smith comes in for Amen Thompson. And it's Whitmore in for Fred Van Vliet. Then for the Warriors, Trace Jackson Davis is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Brandon Podziemski. And Hield subbed in for Stephen Curry. Here's Butler. Hard earned by Butler.
Easy to see why Butler gets so much respect for his competitiveness. I mean, he thrives at finishing through contact.
Here's Adams. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Kuminga the pass to Hield. Butler with the ball, covered by Smith. When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
The free throw drops for Butler.
Continuing to work on refining his craft. Butler puts in a great amount of time, maybe more than most.
No good on the second free throw.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Eason with it. Kuminga picks him up, and the call will go against Jonathan Kuminga. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
They kick out to Heel. Payton with a screen on Green. Three-pointer, Heel. It's rebounded by Houston. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Smith with a screen on Heel. Green, no luck.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Back to Butler, and he's going up for the alley-oop. It's stolen by Green. And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for Houston. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Then it's Tari Eason. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And it's Holiday in at the 1. It's the 5 for Houston right now. Pass to Jackson Davis. Back to Curry. Puts up a deep 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Rockets leading by 4. Holiday finds Şengün. And Alperen Şengün gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
The Warriors making a switch here. Looney's checked in. Pass to Kuminga. Curry, wide open, drops in the tray. Curry's got 10 points in just the second half.
This is exactly the kind of unique range that Curry has. I mean, as soon as he crosses half court, you got to get up on it.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
The other thing they've done is they have not shied away from the mid-range game. I mean, plenty of points coming their way off of jump shot opportunities. I like that.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And at this point in the game, there can be a massive difference between a 2 and a 3-point advantage.
Payton, that's good.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Şengün finds Whitmore. Eason gets a wide open look. Buries it from 3-point range.
And Whitmore didn't have to facilitate as much in college, but he understands the importance at this level.
Shot by Hield, nobody around. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Outside Holiday. Pass to Eason. Şengün with the screen for Eason. In the corner, Smith with it. Here's Whitmore. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Now it's a 5-point Houston lead.
And he might be a rookie, but Whitmore can play some bully ball. He will get it inside and be as physical as anybody.
Such a wide open look. Curry's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Eason. Smith with a screen on Curry. Here's Holiday, and it's denied.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Cam Whitmore. And the Warriors also making a change. Podziemski's checked in. Pass to Looney. Back to Curry. Rejected by VanVleet.
And perfect positioning from VanVleet, wanting to block shots whatever he can. Great instincts.
Back to Smith. And here is Şengün. Here's Eason. Off target with his three. Here's Podziemski. He nails it, and we're tied up.
What an amazing trick shot to confound the defender. Oh, man, that's awesome. He's taking him to school right there.
VanVleet passes to Eason. On the wing, Holiday. VanVleet outside. It's good from long range. And the Rockets lead by 3.
And he's got a smooth stroke from long range. VanVleet doesn't just hoist them up. His three-pointers are always going to be high-quality shots.
Payton with a screen on Holiday. No coverage that time. Podziemski's got the game tied up here for the Warriors. And Holiday kicks to VanVleet. Shoots over Curry. VanVleet can't get it to go. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. At the top of the key, Curry. Pass to Podziemski. Payton outside. Clock at 4 to take the lead. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
First team foul. Shooting for Golden State, Gary Payton II, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Houston making some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Jabari Smith. Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. And it's Green in for Aaron Holiday. Then for the Warriors, Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. And it's Jimmy Butler in for Jonathan Kuminga. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Houston's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. VanVleet finds Green. Thompson for 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Butler on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Brooks grabs the board. Pass to Green. Houston moving it around. Back to Brooks. Here's VanVleet. Now here's Green. Off target from 3-point range. Green with the ball. Now defended by Şengün. Curry, good.
When you need a big bucket, Curry knows exactly how to come through. Clutch.
VanVleet passes to Thompson. Back to VanVleet. Looking to end the run. That shot missing. Warriors leading by 4. Pass to Podziemski. Outside Curry. And another 3 for Golden State.
And the shooting mechanics of Curry, they are as pure as anybody who's ever played. He's such a dangerous shooter and scorer.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. The Warriors making a switch here. Moody's checked in. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. During the last break, got to listen in on Ime Udoka's huddle with his team. He told us, guys, I need you all to come together right now on both ends. This game is not over. You need to go out there and take control now. See how it looks coming out of the timeout, guys.
Thanks so much, David. And he makes that one.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And an aggressive inside play there from VanVleet, not letting the foul deny him from getting the shot off.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
As a former post-up player myself, you know I've got to talk about the work they're doing inside. I love what I'm seeing. The post presence has been a big part of this game.
And so Van Vliet nails both of them. On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 17-5 run here. Step back shot. Curry can't get it to go.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all. Green's got a full toolkit now, which makes him unstoppable at times.
From 10 feet out, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
There's Green with the three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Now, here's Moody. Brooks covering Curry. Good work there as it goes. And now it's a 9-point Warrior lead.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you. But they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. All right, David, thank you.